Up to the dealership on the way into work on Monday morning, and he had a couple of cars for me. So I've been just a cheaper car with a few little marks on it. I think this one. Yeah, I've got. Hi everyone, welcome back to Chop's Garage. It's Saturday morning. We've got a few things on today. The Kia's going out tomorrow. I'm allowing a Sunday pickup. I've got a very specific window for that. We're going to give it a quick wipe over with some water wax and a hoover out. We've got a viewing on the Clio today. Someone's supposed to be coming to look at the Clio, so fingers crossed on that. We've been and had breakfast. So I'm saying we because I brought backup in today. I need to have today I'm not going to worry about prepping cars. I know I said we're just going to give that a quick water wax, but we need a good tidy up. I've been so flat out tidying up cars. I've just been piling up rubbish and stuff everywhere, so we just need a good clean up today. So I brought backup in the form of Brooke. Is with me today. We've been for our breakfast with Mike, Valeter Mike from Moores. We can go to the log cabin on Saturday mornings and have breakfast. So Brooke's helping me flat pack all the cardboard. He's sporting her Chop's Garage hoodie. Spin around and show the guys. I don't think I've shown the Chop's Garage hoodies. There we go, logo on the sleeve, big logo on the back. And then we've got the logo on the front there. I have got a few of these left. I haven't really massively advertised them. I've given a few away, this, that and the other. If you go to my website, cgcarsales.co.uk, you will find, I'll put a link in the description, you will find a link to the hoodies there and the sizes that I have left. We'll see how that goes, and if they're popular, we'll do a few more. And I must get the stickers up as well. I've got the stickers as well. But at the moment, yeah, we've just got a ton of cardboard to do, so we'll get this done and then we'll get back into some car stuff for you guys. Oh, Brooke just made a really good point on the hoodies that I was going to tell you about, and I forgot. Always go up a size. You've got a medium on, haven't you, Brooke?
Yeah, I think it's a medium or a large because it's smaller tiny.
Yeah, I've got a triple XL on mine. Mine's a triple XL. So yeah, always go up one more size than you would do normally on the hoodies if you are ordering. That's our top tip. Well, one final point on is remember is that it's our entrepreneurial friend up at Home Built. Our mate up there, his daughter that's been making these hoodies for me. That's her little business. So she's making a little bit of cash out of it as well. So you're helping a young entrepreneur at the same time. Right, so we've got the cardboard done. You can see things have moved around a little bit. Test drive on the Clio's been done. We didn't get any commitment of a sale on that. Unfortunately, it does mean it's dirty again. So it needs to be dried off and cleaned because it went for a test drive. And the Civic had to be moved outside to get the Clio out. So that's now got wet and needs drying down. But we focused our efforts. Brooke is just finishing off the blacks on the Kia. We have done all this before on the Kia. But it's obviously been out a couple of times, not test driven, but out and back a couple of times, got some rain on it and stuff. So we're just giving it a quick wash this wax and done all the blacks again. So it's looking nice and shiny so the person can be nice and excited when they come to pick it up tomorrow. We want them to walk in and go, yeah, I definitely made the right decision straight away. We're just chatting about it. Basically, what people have limited budgets. What they're trying to do is buy a car that looks as new as possible for the budget they have, and that's what we always try and do here: make the cars look as fresh and pop as much as they can, making sure we get all the blacks all nice and shiny, all the tyres nice and shiny, the wheels looking good, the interior looking shiny and new. Because everybody's excited about getting a new car, aren't they? Like I say, if they had the budget, they'd get something brand new. They don't. So what they're trying to do is get a car that looks as new as they can for the money they've got. So, right, finish that. We'll take a little lunch break and then we'll crack on with the next thing. Right, next up, we're going to have a go at swapping the stereo over in the Peugeot. I've got the set of different sets of keys here. I thought I'd buy a whole pack of different ones because we need to use them all the time. So we're going to try and see if we can't get the sat-nav working on this. If you remember, the stereo we think is the wrong stereo with the wrong SD card. So we've got a new one with the right SD card in it. Might still not work. If it doesn't, that'll be it for this. I think we'll sell it as not having sat nav. I haven't used these keys before. Let's see how are these the right ones? We might have to faff around with different keys to try and get the right ones working. They don't feel right. None of these actually say Peugeot on them. Well, those ones do, but they're not the right type of Peugeot ones. So it's a bit of a trial and error. Bear with us 1 second. We've got a matching black one with the SD card in the front there for the sat nav. So hopefully looks a little bit wider in the body than that one. No, that's the only thing I'd say.
It's got like that extra piece in the bottom there.
Yeah, well, this one has got an SD card in the bottom as well, but that's a slightly different design.
Yeah.
Which means that might not fit underneath because that clearly fits with that one underneath. But I think working sat nav is the biggest priority. Right, well, we got the old one out. I'm still not convinced because this doesn't look the same. But we'll give it a go and see what's what. Let's plug it in and see if it works first, but before we start pushing it all back in again. Well, all we're getting now, we've got the stereo plugged in, there's a loud beeping when we hit the nav button, and still nothing on the screen. So I'm not sure what that's all about. So, back to the old unit with the new SD card in it. And we're not getting the beeping this time, we're just getting nothing at all. I think that's as far as we're going to go with it. We haven't got sat nav. So I think I'll have to sell it as such and just put that lower tray in we've now got. I think that's as far as I go. And maybe I'll ring Peugeot and ask Peugeot some advice, but it could be the screen's gone, I guess. But at the end of the day, I don't know how important the sat nav is. Comment down below what's your thoughts, how important is the sat nav. There you go, that's the best we can do for the moment. I'll phone Peugeot on Monday and get some advice. If they can reprogram it for like 150 quid, we'll probably take it and do it. If they're saying they want to do a screen and a head unit, we'll just sell the car at a lower price. How cool is this, guys? One of our subscribers, Jonathan, I bought it from him. He sent me a message saying he did these. He showed me a couple and I had to have one. So it's just arrived. I've unpacked it alongside my pictures up here. It looks really good. I don't know if Jonathan's got a link to a store in it. Jonathan, if you have, bung me a message and we'll get a link up and we'll mention it again. But it's a bit of kit, this. Yeah. With the Edison bulb at the top. Is that an Edison bulb? I'm not sure if it is or not. But yeah, it looks really good. Fits in here great because I normally have to have all the lighting on just to get a basic bit of light in here. And obviously it's all down that end. So at my desk here when it's a bit later at night, it's bang on. It does loads of different styles on. Really cool. So yeah, thanks for that, Jonathan. Nice bit of kit. Popped into the dealership on the way into work on Monday morning and he had a couple of cars for me. Sorry for the camera work. I'm using my phone because I left my camera in the car. I have got a new phone with a better camera, but I'm afraid to start using it because I smash them up so quickly. But anyway, first thing up we have is this RAV4, which we know RAV4s are very popular with me down my way. It is an old one. It's a 2005. Big thing with this one, automatic. So we've got a little automatic RAV4, 91,000 miles. It's a 2-litre petrol rather than a diesel. It's a bit dirty, but overall it actually looks like it's in decent condition. I've got a service history stamp to 2017 and a load of receipts, so I don't know what more there is to look at, but it must be a decent spec one because we've got the leather interior, which is all... Sorry, this light's really bad, and all the leather's really good. It's actually gonna clean up super well, this car. I think there's some light scuffing down here which I think will polish out. I think there's a little dent on the cap here. Again, I think most of that will polish up. I'm not sure this price range starting to paint stuff is going to be worthwhile. Boots nice and clean. They're low boots, aren't they? Easy to load up. But yeah, no, I think it's super clean for the age. I've just driven it up here, it drives fine, goes through the gears all right. So we've got cruise control, aircon, CD radio. Obviously this is an older car, 2005, it's not going to have a huge amount of toys, but yeah, I mean they obviously had seat covers on to look after it. They've got all the original books and stuff. Quick look under the engine bay. As I said, 2-litre petrol, tough old unit, isn't it? Everything's very dry. That's one of the first things you're looking for is leaks. Everything is dry. So yeah, that's a good sign. Coolant levels at the right level. Engine oil is at the right level and is very clean. So I think it has been serviced recently, so I imagine I'm going to find something in the receipts about a recent service. It's all looking very well looked after down here. Yeah, with lots of tread on. Headlights could do with a polish. Got Bridgestones there with loads of tread on. That's a Bridgestone, loads of tread. Bridgestones all the way around. All the alloys are in good nick because obviously they're not easy to curb with tyres this wide. So that's looking positive too. Yeah, I'm liking this. No idea if it's trade or its retail value, to be honest. I mean, what was it, 3,995 for a 2006 one with slightly higher miles on it, but it was a manual. So this is probably a 4,995 car with an auto box, isn't it? But I might be right, it might be £6,000 car, I'm not sure. So next one up is this 2013 Corsa. It's SC because it's got the heated seats, heating steering wheel, all the nice gubbins like that on it, the alloy wheels. It's not the best condition. It's got a lot of scratch on. The whole thing needs a real machine polish. I don't think that's going to come out. No, I can get my nail in it. I'm not sure that's going to come. Continental tyre. Check the other ones in a minute. Got rear parking sensors. So that needs a bit of paint on the corner of the bumper there. It needs paint on the corner of the bumper here. There's some quite deep gouging of it there. That one needs sanding and painting. So that corner needs doing as well. I think this will buff out. There's light scratching here. It needs one hell of a machine polish all the way around. There's some more little stuff there. I think a lot of that will come out with a polish. Oh, I was going to check the tyres, wasn't I? Continental there. What we're running on the front. Running Sumito. Yeah, so budget brand on the front tyres. Some scuffing of the alloy wheels there. This might be one just to polish up and do cheap, I think. A bit like the Toyota. I don't think this is one to spend an awful lot of time on. I think we need to give it a whole machine polish and see how bad a lot of this paint is. Well, it drove nicely, goes through the gears fine. Started without any timing chain rattle on it. I think it needs discs and pads on the front. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, those discs are a bit grooved and they're pretty thin as well. So it's going to need discs and pads on the front. The trouble is, he did pay quite well for this. I don't think it was price adjusted really. I think they gave sort of cap clean levels for this. And it's at the bottom end of that for sure. So, but to keep the ball rolling, I might need to help him out. We've got some dings, quite serious dings here. Not quite serious, but we've got some dings in the front wing there as well. Might be better being just a cheaper car with a few little marks on it, I think, this one. Corner level's okay, no bubbling going on, it's a good colour. Engine wise, seems fairly dry. It's a little bit here, possibly from a rocker cover. But it looks like it's tidy up alright in here. Let's look at the colour of the oil. Yeah, I mean, we know that service was only done. Yeah, there's paperwork for a service on this, so the oil is nice and clean. It's just dip it and check the levels are right a sec. Yeah, level's about right. Maybe a tiny bit under. Boot just needs a good hoover out, that'll be alright. Yeah, all the back seats look clean and tidy. This is the half leather trim one, isn't it? Looks like that'll tidy up okay. (2015) service issue 2015. Then there's one done last year, so who knows what happened in between. We've got all the handbooks. She starts with no, I started from absolute cold, no chain rattle at all, which is you've got to look out for on the courses, the timing chains rattle. There was no rattle at all. I've let it idle for a long time because I do like a water pump as well. Check they're not overheating. I mean, one good sign was it was driven down a number of hours to the garage, so it can't have been too bad if they drove it that far.